Alex, thank you so much for joining me on the channel Angle. I'm so excited to be here with you and talk a little bit about Acronis and how you are supporting our solution provider and partner community. So before we get started, I always like to talk about how did you end up in this seat? How did you end up being at Acronis for 20 years? It's a great tenure.
When I look back, it was so fast that the years passed through super quickly. But first of all, I have to mention that it's a very different company now than it was before. So I feel like I worked for a few different companies over the span of these years. I've seen the company from different angles. I started as a technical account manager. I moved over to product management. At some point, I was heading the product management for our enterprise products. Then I shifted over to product development, was running an R&D team. After that, I moved over to professional services. I founded professional services function at Acronis, and then switched over to sales engineering, running the sales engineers team across the globe. And after that, I ended up in channels. Basically, I've done pretty much everything aside from finance and HR.
Well, there's still time if you want to do the finance part.
Maybe
One day.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, speaking of finances, one of the things that we've been thinking about and talking about is how are solution providers and partners making money? So how is Acronis helping the MSP community grow?
The growth of MSP business and the growth of MSP community is directly impacting our growth. So when we work with MSPs, we don't see them as clients, we see them as partners who help us generate revenue. So from that perspective, when we look at the growth patterns of MSPs, we found some 5 common vectors of how they grow. One of them is acquiring new clients, which is kind of obvious. If you want to grow your business, you want to have more clients. And this is where we help our partners with a joint marketing, to have a joint business plan, with joint marketing efforts to go after end customers together. When we see end customers, we qualify them if they want to have a product that they manage directly, or they want to have a service that they receive from an MSP. And either they prefer to have a service, we route this customer towards our MSPs. So that's about that customer acquisition. The second vector is about increasing the footprint within their existing customers. So covering more workloads within their existing customers. And this is where we help our partners with the intelligence on how to engage more, how to offer more services, and how to engage more with your end.
In the data around what customers are currently doing and how they can build that into their tech stack.
Utilizing the knowledge that we have, because we serve over 20,000 MSPs worldwide, and we know how other MSPs are behaving. We know what successful MSPs are doing, so we can share that knowledge with our partners. The third vector is related to upsell and cross-sell. So that's basically about how many licenses per workload can an MSP offer to a customer. And this is where we give them a platform where we say, here's your platform with an integrated stack of services, backup services, disaster recovery services, security services, remote device management and monitoring, PSA services, Microsoft 365 protection services. And all these services are integrated together. So you deploy one single agent to your customer's endpoint device. And with this agent, you can enable more services with the checkbox. So this is the cross-sell capabilities that the platform provides. With tick of a box, you can start offering more and more services to your clients. The fourth vector is the decrease of operational costs. So for the partner, for the MSP to be able to scale, we need to be mindful in terms of how many workloads they can manage per single technician. And in order to be able to manage more workloads, you need to cut your operational overhead. What we do in that respect is we're allowing them to deploy one single agent, have one single UI to configure one single protection plan for different types of workloads in their managed environment. It's a challenge already by itself. So that's where we offer them an integrated, simple to use, self-explanatory solution, which is where they can cut on the education path and maintaining their education about what the platform offers and how they can leverage the best ability. And the fifth vector of growth is increase of operational margin. Margin is very important for MSPs. And we offer sales investments, we call it sales development funds, where we invest into the marketing of our partners, where we help them grow financially by investing into their marketing, benefits for partners who engage with us. So we measure their level of engagement. We measure their level of education in our solutions, and if they comply with our requirements, we give them in exchange ability to win those performance rebates, which could be pretty rich. On a gold level, it could be 10% rebate every quarter. On platinum level, it could be 15%, which is essentially a 10 or 15% additional margin to the MSP.
Yeah.
So for the MSP, it's important to figure out and leverage these benefits that the vendors like Acronis offer, and probably also combine it with the benefits that partners like Taxate offer as part of their partner program.
So thinking about that last vector, is that something that's a buyback? Like, do they get, or is it something that they can use for other services, or it's just like a flat like discount on their invoice for the month? How does that work?
It works as a credit
Okay.
against their invoices. So essentially it's a discount. And if the partner is willing to do a joint business plan with us, so we jointly create a marketing plan, we can help the partner engaging a third-party marketing agency. We don't have their internal marketing resource. We can help partner with the content. We can have a purpose-built content for them. We can jointly plan sales activities. We can jointly plan events with the partner. Having this joint business plan with us, we set targets for the quarter. They hit the targets, they can get this 10 or 15% rebate depending on the status they have in the program.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great benefit.
And moreover, we went a step ahead of majority of our competition. So what we said is for the partner to be able to gain the gold level in the program and gain access to all the financial benefits like rebates and MDF, there's no revenue threshold. Never mind the size of the partner. As far as they are engaged with us and educated on our platform, we allow them to gain access to all these benefits.
So I actually, from an equity perspective, that to me is such a great thing, because so many partners who are new to the space, right, who are just getting started, or maybe they're trying to grow, they're going from like a one person, break fix and moving into more of a partner model. That's the challenge, is like having this threshold and not being able to like make the spend. So it's really great to hear that y'all are building something that's more equitable and more approachable for so many. You talked a little bit about margin. So taking the Acronis hat off just for a hot second.
Yep.
From thinking about how can people like really focus on building margin in a very real and concrete way?
It always starts with a strategy. So when you're running an MSP business, you need to have a strategy in mind your competitive edge, first of all, and then see how you can capitalize, how you can build on your competitive advantage. And then you look at the stack of services that you are able to offer to your clients. Then you look on how much you can spend on the marketing on these services, and how much you want to spend on the marketing of these services. And then based on that, you build your service portfolio and you package it in certain ways. Sometimes it's a la carte, sometimes it's built into certain packages like small, medium, large packages. Sometimes it's licensed per seat, sometimes it's licensed per user, sometimes it's licensed per gigabyte or whatever model they have. They build this set of services, package them, offer them to the market, offer them to their customers. An important part, like I mentioned, is to explore the other benefits where they can gain extra margins through distribution channel,
right,
through vendor channel, the vendors that they use. So this is a simple advice on how to build up your margin. Part of our mission is to educate partners. So for that reason, what we do is we establish what's called Acronis Academy. Our objective is to educate partners how to build and how to scale their MSP business. There's a lot of traditional resellers who are looking to move into the MSP space who need a hand. And consider that we've seen tons of examples of our MSPs, of how they've started, of how they've evolved with their journey. Here's our academy, and we offer a set of courses that explain to starting companies how to build the MSP business, to also mature companies on how to scale the MSP business. And that includes topics like packaging, topics like how to leverage AI to do a more efficient marketing, how to leverage the compliance and regulations to drive demand and sell more security services, how to transition from a traditional service provider into a security service provider. So these are kind of topics which they're brand agnostic, they're generic, they're just helping MSPs build the practice and increase their efficiency.
Yeah, excellent. Is there anything else that we need to know about what Acronis stood for the MSP community, and things that maybe we just don't know yet?
Yeah, so aside from our business-related initiatives, we also, internally within the company, we have what's called cyber diversity program. We have a cyber women, as part of the cyber diversity, we have a cyber women track where we try to engage more women, and we try to explain how to progress in your career. We have a mentorship program for women in the company. And because we understand that for the business to be more balanced, need to basically engage different genders in a proper way. So this is part of what we do, and so we're part of the Women in Tech community. We have a team within Acronis, a team of volunteers that they do it voluntarily, who basically cover these topics. We're trying to get outside of our company with these topics and try to educate the community around the benefits of diversity programs.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I have one last question that I ask everybody. It's a little less serious of a question.
Sure.
If I was to Google you, what is one thing that I would not find on Google?
What you would not find on Google, you probably won't find anything about my personal life because I'm not sharing.
I mean, cybersecurity, absolutely.
Because in our world of data being exposed, you never know where this data will end up.
Absolutely.
And this is super important.
So what you're saying is I'm not going to find anything about you on Google. So that means you could tell me any little gem about yourself. What?
Yeah, so I enjoy sports.
Yeah.
I wish I could spend more time playing basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport.
Okay. Are you following the WNBA right now?
Not the WNBA, but well, I do sometimes. I watch Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And what she does to the promotion of the sport is tremendous.
Yeah.
And there are more new stars coming. Absolutely. Coming into the league.
Cloud. Yeah. The New York Liberty.
Yeah. So that's that used to be a big part of my life. Now it's I'm so very busy that I don't have enough time to dedicate to it. But I enjoy watching. We're partnering with Instance. There are team up partners. We have a special program for MSPs as well, where we can connect them to the top sport clubs, and they can benefit from the sport club's unique sports marketing benefits. To their advantage, they can promote their brand, and this is part of what we do. And I really enjoy this part of our engagement with the team, with the sport community.
Yeah, I love it.
Building this energy.
Small guard.
Yeah, point guard.
Point guard. There you are. Any other channel chief, I wouldn't expect anything less. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all that you are doing for the community and building and helping people be more profitable and more business focused. So thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.